Hi, my name is Sarita.
And my name is Rena.
We are both past patients with Mexico Bariatric Center, and we are here to break the stigma of having weight loss surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. We will be covering all things bariatric to help you get the most out of this weight loss journey. Hello, friends.
Hi, friends.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays and happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
So Thanksgiving's coming up, right?
Our favorite holiday.
Listen, you can love food and Thanksgiving, which is usually circled around food, and have surgery and be healthy and lose weight.
Yes.
It's okay, right?
Yes.
All of that's okay.
All of the above.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
I love Thanksgiving so much. Do you?
I do. It's my favorite holiday.
Do y'all what do y'all do at Thanksgiving? Like, do you do the whole, like, what are you thankful for around the table?
Yeah, and then just, you know, traditional Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we do. We do what's your favorite traditional Thanksgiving thing?
Ooh, hash brown casserole.
Really? My favorite is my mom's sweet potato souffle.
Oh, well, and my dad's gravy, his turkey gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my dad passed away this year, so I do have his recipe. And I will be able to replicate it. He has talked me through it before.
You get to be the turkey gravy person this year.
Yes, I love his gravy. It's so good. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try it.
It's
you
yummy.
make it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Thanksgiving dinner, it doesn't have to be stressful, right?
No.
I don't stress over it. Well, maybe a little, but not about food or anything like that. Just like the normal hustle and bustle kind of stuff. But one of the things that I found, like going through, you know, we're at the maintaining part. So, but at one point it was our first Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah. Or our last Thanksgiving or whatever.
Well, I didn't know I was having surgery at my last Thanksgiving, but I had surgery in February, so 9 months later I had Thanksgiving. Yep. And, you know, it was different. It was
Mine was in May, so whatever the math is on that, right? So 6 months, 7 months. So, yeah, 6 months. So, yeah, same thing. I didn't know. I didn't have a last Thanksgiving before surgery.
I did not have a food funeral, nothing like that.
Well, I did that, but not at Thanksgiving. I don't recommend food funerals.
No.
No way, no how. They made me sick and made me gain weight before surgery, which was not fun at all. But anyway, it doesn't have to be stressful in terms of eating if it's your first Thanksgiving after surgery. Don't worry. You got this, right? If you're going through pre-op through Thanksgiving, kudos to you, because that has to be difficult. And I think some of the bravest people go through pre-op through the holidays.
And I think they do that intentionally so they don't overeat.
Yeah, some of them do.
They know.
I've had some of my patients tell me that they are intentionally doing it through the holidays to kind of help them.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are difficult ones sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of get-togethers, a lot of food, a lot of alcohol, a lot of high carbs. Yeah. All that stuff.
So something that both of us do, which we both love to cook anyway, right?
I love to cook.
Me too. Sidetrack here, but that's me, right? My daughter recently moved out, and every time she would come home, it was like, Mom, feed me. Right. You know, and my 3 of my kids have moved out at this point, and they're always like, you know, I need some of Mama's food. You know, I need you to make this. Comfort food. Yes. And that, to me, that makes me feel good, right?
Oh, I love to cook and meal prep and you know, send stuff with my son and my trainer. Yes, I like to cook for everyone.
And your daughter, I've been here when she went home before. Her car was loaded down with like a whole 2 weeks.
She's in another state, so she's 5 hours away. So we have to pack it up good with ice.
Yeah. So to get back to that, we do like to cook, both of us, and so I'm gonna say it makes it really easy when you bring some of your own dishes. Yes. Because that helps take away the whether or not there will be something to eat for you.
So you have your own bariatric friendly food that you know you can eat. You know what the ingredients are. You made it. Right. And you know, if somebody else wants to try it and they love it, that's amazing.
Then you've just shared a healthy meal with somebody else. And
you shared,
And so hang out in the kitchen with us. You can already see we're in the kitchen. We have some food here. And so hang out with us while we make some things. And we're gonna make some yumminess, right?
We're going to make a turkey broccoli casserole
Mm.
and pumpkin fluff.
Pumpkin fluff.
Bariatric friendly.
Yes. And Sarita makes this chicken broccoli casserole with the turkey broccoli with chicken all the time, and it's so good.
Yeah.
It's actually one that you can meal prep year round.
Oh, yes.
I'm not a meal prepper, but I do meal prep this dish.
So I substituted turkey because it's Thanksgiving, but normally I will get a chicken from like Sam's Club or Costco and, rotisserie chicken and do it that way. But I wanted to do a spin on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Which it's going to be good. I can't wait. It's actually going to be our lunch today. Yes, so we're going to eat what we cook.
Yes.
And then I want to say too, Sarita, it is possible to tweak your own recipes. If you have a favorite recipe that, maybe your mom gave it to you or just something you've always made, you can tweak that. You can substitute high-fat things for low-fat or...
like I would substitute sour cream and use Greek yogurt. Yeah. Can't even tell.
No, and it's healthier.
That's one that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Because if I make enchiladas with the low-carb tortillas for the sauce, I can use the yogurt instead of sour cream.
Yeah. Really good. I can't think of it. And stevia. I want to plug stevia because stevia is a great sweetener when you are doing sugary things, right? So anyway, let's talk about, before we get into the food part, right? What are some things like emotionally, like what are like,
so, of course, when you have Thanksgiving get-togethers, it's a great time to see family and friends you haven't seen for a while, maybe.
Right.
And it can be overwhelming. It's exciting to show off the new you. And there may be questions. So you need to maybe think about that, anticipate questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For me, going to like close family functions was easy for me because close family knew that I had surgery and they see me every day.
Your uncle and aunt or cousins or
those like out of state relatives, the ones you only see at the holidays.
Right. And friends too.
And friends that maybe you don't see regularly.
Right.
Definitely don't stress about it, but anticipate those questions so that you don't get blindsided. And so we'll kind of help you with things that we've been asked or we've seen other people say that they struggled with being asked. And so we'll kind of go over some of those that kind of help you. But like I said, don't stress over what we're saying about it. Just kind of go ahead and have an idea in mind of like how you're going to respond.
Because you definitely want to have a good time at your get-together and not stress over, oh no, what if somebody asks me questions? But just keep it in the back of your mind that it could happen.
Yeah, for sure. And they do, because you, and some of us, listen, we don't care. We want to show off our new us, our new, maybe you're like really excited to show off like your new sin self, right? But some of us get nervous about that. So.
Right. And we feel like they might judge us or, give us some backlash from our decision. And, we shouldn't have to defend our health choices.
Never.
Like why we did surgery for our health. Right?
Yeah. One of my favorite things, if I'm done talking to you, like if I don't think you're listening or you're only hearing what you want to hear, I just stop talking. Like, I just don't talk. I just turn the conversation somewhere else or just stop responding to you, change the subject.
Right.
I don't know. I guess I'm pretty good at that. But one of the biggest questions that I get is, how are you losing weight? And so some people don't mind saying, hey, I had weight loss surgery. Some people don't want people to know that they had weight loss surgery. And some people have a group that they tell and a group that they don't want to tell.
Right. There's select friends and family that know and some that don't know. I'm almost 7 years out, so I don't get that question anymore. But in the beginning I did, and I kind of said, oh, I'm eating more protein and eating less of other things. And I'm exercising, which is not a lie. I was doing all of that.
Yeah, my answer to that question was smaller portions, which is not a lie.
Portions and more protein.
That's not a lie.
No.
I omitted the surgery, but I told the truth. I was eating smaller portions.
And then I'll tell a random stranger, oh, hey, I had surgery. Like if I go out to eat and they're like, was something wrong with your food? No.
I remember the first time we both went out to eat, and you're like, "Hey, we had surgery. We're just gonna share this, okay?"
And then she wanted to know. Our server wanted to know more
did.
about the surgery, and we gave her the name of the company. And
You did.
yeah, so
True story.
you know, that's a true story.
True story. And some people, maybe you are just right after surgery, right? Like you're far enough out that you're eating normal food, right? But you haven't really. Or maybe you're like in the broth phase, or you're in any of those first phases, or you're just not far enough out that your weight loss is
noticeable,
super noticeable,
right?
It's usually pretty noticeable in that first month.
They do notice that you're eating less.
They will notice that you're eating less.
Well, hopefully they don't, but they might.
They might. Some people will, and it's okay. So they'll say, "Hey, why are you not eating? Are you okay? You know, like, are you?"
I have a stomach bug. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to lie.
You could.
I mean,
I'm eating less, or
smaller portions. Watching my weight, you know, whatever. Just that is one of the big questions. Just think about how you would answer it. And so another question that is super common, if you tell people you had surgery, is where did you have surgery? Why did you have surgery?
I had surgery out of network.
Out of network.
That's a good answer.
And some people may be super supportive of your decision to have surgery until they know where you had surgery, right?
Yes. So you have, but then it's like, well, I'm here and I survived the surgery and everything was great.
Which helps you break that stigmatism, because here you are, perfectly healthy and losing weight, and you've gone to Mexico and you have all your other organs, and right? Because people say things like that, and maybe those things happen at other facilities, but not at Mexico Bariatric.
Right.
So you could be a testimony to going to Mexico being a good thing.
Right.
So use that and make it yours. Whatever your answer is, just make it yours. Just know that those are common questions. And again, back to that backlash, not just about going to Mexico, but just about having surgery. Right. Sarita actually has a story of people saying things to her like, "You didn't need to do that," or "You could have tried harder." Or
long after I had surgery, I didn't tell anyone I had surgery, but you didn't need to do that. Why'd you do that? It's for me. It's for my health.
And I've heard it too. So, I've said to people, or people have said to me, I should say, why did you have surgery? Why didn't you just try harder?
Right. I tried for 20 years.
Yeah, same. Well, really hardcore for 9 years. So, like, really hardcore, like gym, nutrition.
Yeah. Wouldn't budge.
Medications. Like, no, it wouldn't budge. Yeah. Well, it did. It was doing something, because then when I did the food funeral thing, I did gain some weight. But anyway, so just make it yours. But just know those are some very common questions. And so what we all came here for, right?
Yes, food.
Yeah.
Food.
The food. Again, it is okay to love food and be healthy. It is okay to enjoy food and be healthy.
Yes.
And so we can tell you that is our testimony in terms of that. But just let's go over some like little reminders, some little tips.
Yes.
And so what would you say is like the number one thing?
I would say the number one thing is to get your protein in first, which is something you should be doing anyway at every meal.
That's your everyday life.
Right.
It should be.
And have a spoonful, not a plateful.
Yep, just a spoon.
No, not of the protein, but of the other things.
Yeah, have your normal amount of protein. And we'll get into how much is normal at what phase in a minute. But a spoonful. And we don't mean like a serving size spoon. Yeah.
This is a teaspoon, like
not a serving spoon.
Right.
So a tiny spoonful, a bite.
A bite.
Have a bite
of
everything.
Bite.
Maybe 2 bites if it's 2 small bites, right?
Right.
But don't have a big glop. And watch the carbs. That's my super tip is watch carbs, because in my own experience in the past 6 years, what I've learned is that carbs lead to more carbs. Having some carbs leads to wanting more carbs. And then next thing you know, you have a sugar addiction or a pasta or rice or you want all those things, right? And then you have to do like this whole really hard thing to your body where you have to make it stop. And I don't want you to go through that. Also, if you're doing really well not having carbs, because carbs are like sugar in our body, right?
They are.
And you're not having carbs and sugar, and then you do eat them, it can give you upset stomach.
Yeah, your tummy will not like it.
Right. And so we don't want you trying to enjoy Thanksgiving with an upset stomach and run into the bathroom and feeling miserable, right? So, speaking of feeling miserable.
Yeah, stop when you feel full.
Yeah.
Do not take that extra bite because you will be miserable.
Yeah, don't do it. Some people's nose runs when they're full.
I get the hiccups still.
Some people, yes, you do. I've seen you hiccup.
Yes.
I burp when I'm full.
I don't burp.
When the burps come, I know I'm done.
My nose used to run in the beginning, but not anymore.
Yeah, I think it's changed for me. I've never gotten hiccups when I'm full, but I've done the nose run thing in the past, and now I burp. When I get full, I can burp like nobody's business, right? Not like loud.
I've seen her and heard her burp.
Yeah. When you get comfortable with somebody.
Yeah, it's okay.
So another thing too that helps me is that, and it's not intended, but maybe for you could intend on having it, is accountability person. When I go to eat with my family and I've made my plate, if I just think something's really good, or maybe I fixed a little more than I should have, and I'm eating it, my kids will be like, "Hey, Mom, you're going to be sick later. Hey, you don't want to do that." So if you're like new to this, then maybe you're married, your partner, your spouse, your child, your friend, whoever is with you that knows about your journey, supposing that you have someone with you, say to them, "Hey, if you see me overeating or overindulging, can you just kind of nudge me, text me?
Slap that spoon out of my hand."
I want to say my daughter's done that before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say
I was
that.
kidding, but okay.
Probably as a joke, but
So my daughter had surgery 3 months ago today,
gosh,
or almost,
yeah. Like it's been that long.
So we are our accountability person. Like she'll be like, "Should you be having that?" and I'll she'll ask me, "Can I have this?" So she's watched me for almost 7 years. Yeah. So and she sees, I still weigh my food and meal prep and do my protein and so
she's hit me up with that too, like because I post a lot of food that I'm eating and stuff, and so when I was posting healthy things, she's like, "Oh yeah, there you go." So I like her encouragement. New people to surgery, they do help you so much because it's exciting to see their learning phases. Right.
It is.
Yeah, I love it. So some samples for Thanksgiving dinner, and Sarita is so much better at this because she does nutrition with us, right? But anyway, so if you're in pre-op phase, what's like a good, where do you start in pre-op?
So,
I thought I did that.
So if you're in pre-op, focus on, I'm going to say most people have turkey. I would stay away from the ham. It's not very lean, but I would do, you do your turkey, 4 to 7 ounces. You can have unlimited non-starchy vegetables. Some examples of the side, you could do mashed cauliflower, cauliflower stuffing without garlic. And we do have a recipe on our website that looks amazing.
We'll add that link.
I have not made it yet.
We're going to try it though, because it looks so good.
Green bean casserole without garlic and breadcrumbs. I've never made mine with breadcrumbs.
Me either.
So, just keep that in mind.
The recipe to the specific green bean casserole that we're referring to is in the also on our website, because some green bean casseroles call for like dairy, so
they do.
Pre-op.
Yeah. So tweak it.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Yep.
If you are post-op, you're going to have limited choices in phase one. Broth, turkey broth.
Turkey broth.
Turkey broth.
Hey, turkey broth might give you a break from the other broth you've been drinking, and that's going to be in that first 5 to 7 days. So if you're one of those people who braved surgery the week before Thanksgiving and you are in that,
just know you're having turkey broth.
You're having turkey broth for Thanksgiving dinner, right?
And yes, if you're in the post-op phase 2, something you might be able to try would be thinned mashed cauliflower.
Yeah.
which is really good. And you can thin it with some turkey broth.
You could thin it with. I was gonna say, what would you thin that with?
Yeah, turkey broth.
I
I
was
tell
just sitting here
patients
thinking.
all the time, thin it with broth.
Yeah,
You
that is a
don't
really
you don't
good
use
idea.
a whole bunch, and it doesn't overpower the dish.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
so
That actually sounds really good.
it does. I love cream cauliflower.
I think we should have some mashed cauliflower.
Yeah, and now if you're in post-op phase 3, you
where are we at with
would.
that?
So in phase 3 is when you can try the soft
Nibbling.
turkey.
Yeah.
Yes, but I would definitely start measuring your food in this phase. So I would measure out maybe 2 to 3 ounces and see how much you can get in. You can do mashed vegetables, like make sure they're very well cooked.
You know, listen, if Aunt Betty Joe or Barbara Jean or whoever, if Uncle John's turkey is like just really dry,
yeah,
that, and you're in phase 3, you might have to skip that because
you might, and just focus on vegetables.
Because I don't want to set you up for failure there. And if you're in phase 3 and you haven't, like, especially the first part of phase 3, and you haven't experienced with meat yet.
That's true.
Some really, listen, I've had some really gross dry turkey.
So I would say if you're going to try turkey in phase 3 and haven't, go for the dark meat because it has more
juicy
moisture, and maybe add some broth to it
if it's available. Sometimes you don't want to be like, hey, Uncle John, you got some broth for
bring
your
your
dry
own broth.
turkey. Yeah, you don't
Bring your own.
Bring a bouillon cube or broth packet, and you can just kind of secretly mix it up and put it on there.
Definitely start with dark meat because it's moister. It's not as dry.
Or just skip it. And if you really don't want people to know you had surgery, you could just be like, my stomach's not feeling well, which would not technically be a lie, right?
Because it probably is angry at you.
So yeah, if you for sure, if you are in that phase 3, just you kind of plan and prepare. Listen, reach out to us, and we can maybe talk with you on like an individualized basis about what might be available, because some of us don't do traditional Thanksgivings. Maybe we do spaghetti Thanksgivings or something crazy. Like some people do that. Okay,
I've done lasagna.
Whatever works, right? Whatever works. Especially if you have multiple family get-togethers to go to. Some people are like, listen, we've already had all of this dinner 10 times. Let's do something different. And so you talk about the turkey, lean. So what are some other vegetables? Like what specifically, like if you were going to dinner, what would you take with you?
If I was going to
Thanksgiving traditional
dinner? I would do something with broccoli or cauliflower.
And if you were in phase 3?
If I was in phase 3, it'd be very well cooked broccoli or like a mashed cauliflower. I love cauliflower and broccoli. I could eat it every day.
I'm thinking of like some really soft carrots.
Okay.
That's what I had in mind. I guess it could be like anything, but I was thinking like some really soft carrots would probably be good.
That would be good too.
Yeah. And then, so just again, try to eat your protein first, unless it's like super dry, gross turkey.
And it's okay if you miss protein that meal. You can have some later in the day. When you go home.
You can start over again with that. And then, so if you're in phase 4, especially if you are like way into phase 4, if you're just in that first week of phase 4,
I would still be really careful.
Be careful if you haven't experienced with certain things, like turkey. And
you're only supposed to try one new thing at a time, and you don't want to go to someone's house and try all these things you've never had and then not feel well.
Could you imagine going to somebody's house and trying all these new things and getting the foamies?
Ooh, no.
But okay, so what are foamies, right? So some of you may not know what foamies are. Foamies happen when you overeat. So if you have eaten more food than you should, it will, or can potentially, I should say, start coming up as a foam. And it is
I never
really
had
gross.
It happen to me, but she has.
I did, and it was with watermelon. So my surgery was in May. Watermelon in the South is like a big thing in the summer. So here we are, it's hot weather. The whole family's having some nice, cool watermelon. And watermelon is very liquidy, so I don't think you realize how much of it you eat until it's too late.
It's a lot of water.
Right. And also I was working with my mom, and so I wasn't really paying attention. I'm just eating this watermelon, and the next thing I know, it was like, oh, what is that? And it scared me because I had never heard of it before.
Me either.
It was pink from the watermelon.
Oh.
It was not great. Not great.
No. Never had that. I'm okay.
It's good.
I don't ever want to have that either.
Warning.
Yeah.
We have warned you.
Yes.
Just now you know. So some of my things, so if you're like beyond and you're in maintenance phase, some of my favorite things, I love a root blend. And it's kind of different because it's like sweet potatoes, chopped up, cubed up, right? Yeah. Cubed up sweet potatoes, cubed up butternut squash. Mm-hmm. That is the name of that squash, right? The long one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Butternut squash cubed up, acorn squash cubed up. You could even do some
winter squash.
Yeah, if you can cube up some carrots in it. I personally like throw an onion in it. I put onion in like everything, and then roast it.
Oh, I love roasted.
Oh, it's so good. I roast like everything.
I love it.
I roast
in my air fryer.
Air fryer. That's where it's at right there. It's so easy too. So I love that root blend. It's also to me a very hearty fall dish to take that roasted root vegetables, and it's different. If you want to do something different, do that.
It's colorful.
It is very colorful.
Very fall.
Yeah. You know, something I haven't done is added Brussels sprouts to that, but I'm thinking that might be okay too.
I like roasted Brussels sprouts.
I love roasted Brussels. I make them all the time. I roast them with cauliflower. I roast them by themselves, and you can flavor them so many different ways. But just plain with salt and pepper.
Oh yeah, extra virgin olive oil and salt and pepper.
Yeah,
that's it. Very simple.
I love Brussels. So that's some of my favorites. What are your favorite vegetables?
Broccoli and cauliflower.
Yeah.
I can eat them every day. Like those are my absolute favorite. Oh, I do like sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I think Brussels.
But not every day.
Brussels, broccoli, and cauliflower gets eaten at my house more than anything.
Broccoli every day.
And you know the funny thing is with my kids, you can't put cheese on the broccoli. Now I don't. I did one time. My kids were like, "I don't know what you did to the broccoli, but don't ever do it again. That was gross."
I do a brown butter broccoli. It's an Italian recipe. It's very good.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, sounds really good. Okay, so then let's talk about we've talked about the meat and vegetables, but there's that other thing at Thanksgiving dinner that everybody always has that is a big hunk of carb, and it's stuffing. So listen, if you have a bite,
again,
a bite, literally a bite,
yes,
it's okay. I will tell you that if you haven't experienced with breads yet, they fill you up very quickly,
and they might feel stuck,
and you might feel very bloated.
It might feel like a big rock in your stomach. And you could be bloated.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are in the maintenance phase and you know that you can eat pastas and breads on occasion, just keep in mind that carbs can lead to wanting more carbs.
Go down that dangerous path.
Yeah,
it's a slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope. I've been on it. Yeah. I've been on it. Yeah. And so again, peek that recipe for that cauliflower stuffing. I'm definitely going to try it myself.
I'm going to try it out.
We actually both just found it today.
Yeah.
I don't know how we didn't know before, but shout out to our awesome nutritionist for that. And we are both going to try that out. Maybe we can try it together. So now we have all this food here. So let's make some casseroles. Rita, you want to tell us about it?
Okay, so normally I do a chicken broccoli casserole, but I decided to switch it up and do a shredded turkey casserole with the broccoli. And so I went to the store and got a turkey breast, boneless, and cooked it and shredded it. So that's what we're going to mix up today. So
she's going to make it. I'm going to eat it.
I literally make this all the time with chicken, and I have memorized the ingredients. I have pre-measured everything out here on the counter. And so I'm just going to throw everything in this mixing bowl, and I'll tell you what the recipe is. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of shredded turkey. Normally it's chicken, but we're doing turkey. And then, and then we are going to add to that 2 cups of steamed broccoli. I use fresh broccoli. I don't use frozen. I like to use organic too.
Okay,
but anyway,
listen, I'm the one that brought the frozen broccoli.
I made her go back to the store to get fresh.
She did.
So here we are. I steamed it, so we're gonna throw that on top.
It smells so good.
Then we use a tablespoon of mayonnaise and a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then some salt and pepper. So basically, I am going to add that to the half a cube of cream cheese, and I'm going to mix it. Give me a minute. Yes, the cream cheese you want at room temperature so it will mix really well.
Oh yeah. I usually, if I know I'm making something like that, I'll set my cream cheese out like the night before, right? Do you do that? Like set it out the night before?
Yeah, and so it's cold right here, or cold here right now. So
it is cold.
I popped it in the microwave for about 30 seconds to get it a little bit softer.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally cook in a sweater. Do you usually cook in a sweater?
No, I don't cook in a sweater.
I don't either. And I would probably usually have my hair pulled up, and if I'm making food to take to guest facility, like a guest place, you know.
Right, and I wear an apron and gloves, and you know, I do all that too. So I'm going to add the tablespoon of mayonnaise to this.
We're just cooking this for ourselves.
And I'm going to add the spices. Put that right here. And I'm going to mix that really good. It's so easy to make. And it's like, I don't know, 6, 7 ingredients. 6.
It is super easy, and it's so tasty.
Yeah, it's
really tasty.
All right. And so I am going to add this to the broccoli and the turkey. Oh, hold that. I don't have my spoon holder.
Are you done with it?
I am.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to mix this up really well. And usually when you are mixing this, you know, the broccoli will still be warm, the chicken will still be warm, or excuse me, the turkey or chicken. So it mixes up really well. And then we will add some cheese.
Now, hold on. You got to talk about your cheese here, because some things that people don't know is that if you don't know this, you're going to learn today, right?
Right.
So bagged shredded cheese has more carbs.
Yes.
Because it is coated in like a flour.
Right.
To help keep its shape and not like
and
mesh together.
Yes.
And so fresh self-grated cheese is always better. And if you don't have a cool little like an Olive Garden, I listen say get one. She has one.
I have 2.
And well, she has 2. I need to get 1 of those because I have the old-fashioned grate, you know, and you try not to nick your tips of your fingers and that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you don't have one of those, get you one and make your own cheese if you really want to go with the whole like lighter on carbs thing.
Yes. I grate all my cheese. I grew up that way, and I started to use bagged cheese, and then I found out about what she just said.
Yep, it's healthier. I'll be honest with you, I don't always grate my own cheese because, you know,
well, it's easy not to, but
yeah.
So we are going to put this in a casserole dish. So this is a half a recipe.
Yep.
So I use
total transparency. We got half in the oven.
Right. We're like a magic cooking show, you know.
Yeah. We're trying our hand at a cooking show here.
It says to spray.
We should do that. We should.
Yeah. It says to spray the pan, but I use Le Creuset, so I never spray. It never sticks, and it cleans up really well.
Le Creuset.
I use Le Creuset cookware, or bakeware, cookware, all that. So anyway, you're just going to put it in here, and hold that.
Yes.
And we're going to sprinkle the rest of the cheese on top. I probably used 8 ounces of cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a little more cheese, but you know, health and you know things like that.
So this is going to go in the oven at 375 for 15 minutes, because basically you're just getting everything warmed up. Then it will go on the broil setting for about 5 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we will stick this in the oven.
Yep.
In a minute.
Because the other one will be ready in a few minutes.
Right.
So while we wait on it to finish, we can talk about dessert.
Let's talk about dessert.
Dessert.
That was the main course.
Main course. And that's something you can take. If you take that yourself, you know you have a healthy dish to eat.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And the nutritional guide for that is actually on the recipe, so we can maybe post that too.
I have actually posted the recipe on our recipe group.
You have.
I can repost it, so it will come up to the top with a Thanksgiving recipe.
Plug. We have a recipe group for NBC.
We do.
So if you're not on it, get on it and share your favorite recipes with us, because we do love trying new things, right?
We do.
And so getting into that dessert, right? What can you do for dessert? Now, if you go on our blog and you type in desserts on our website, there are a couple of blogs with dessert recipes. Right. So definitely check that out. They're bariatric friendly dessert recipes. And I want to say you can find both pre and post-op things on there.
Yes.
So let's talk about a couple of them. There is protein fluff or pumpkin fluff.
Right.
They're made a little different, but you could do either one of those. I'm going to do the pumpkin fluff today. And then it's super easy. And then there is the protein bite bombs, something like that. Those are made with like chocolate and peanut butter, different things, recipes on there. Check it out. Right. A berry crumble. Oh, I love berry crumble.
I make a berry crumble. I love a berry crumble.
What do you put in your berry crumble? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, so of course, berries. And then I use the high protein oats with Kodiak, and I use real butter. And you can use a sugar substitute, like brown sugar substitute. And so you put your berries, and then put the topping on top and pop it in the oven. It's very good.
Pretty much exactly how I do it.
I love all berries.
Yep. Sometimes I use different oat, but whatever I have or whatever is available. I love it. It's so good. Of course, the high protein oats is going to be better.
Yeah, and Kodiak has a good brand of high protein oats.
They do.
They do a whole bunch.
And so some other recipes that I saw for desserts on our page was coconut cookies.
Yum.
I want to try those.
Yeah.
They looked really good. I like coconut stuff though, but I don't like raw shaved coconut, but I like especially a toasted coconut.
Right.
I love that. And I also saw snickerdoodle cookies on our website, so that looked really good. Do you like snickerdoodle?
I do.
Do you really? I think the word's kind of funny.
It is. We made them as kids, but of course they were regular snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good holiday cookie.
It is. And I think a lot of people like them. I think I haven't made them, so I can't say, but I would like to think they probably taste like snickerdoodles, and people won't know they're eating healthy cookies. Right. You're helping the whole family.
Right. Nobody will know. Don't even tell them. Just say, here, have a snickerdoodle.
Yeah. Listen, I want to say this real quick. I tried to make this sugar-free pecan pie one time.
That does not sound good.
It was not.
It does not sound good at all.
It was so gross. I don't know what happened, but I will say there are some things you can't. I don't know.
You cannot substitute, especially living in the South. You cannot.
It was made with like, what was it made with? I don't even remember. It was definitely pre-surgery. So it was like 15 years or more ago. That was really gross.
I would say if you really want the pecan pie, just have a bite.
Just have a bite.
Because, again, living in the South,
not a big spoonful.
That's a staple.
It is a staple.
Dessert.
It is. I don't really like pecan pie, so that might have had something to do with it.
It's not my favorite, but...
Yeah. You know what's really funny? This is also not bariatric friendly, but I like pinto bean pie. And so when you look at it, if you've never had it, just reach out. I'll help you out there. Yeah, it looks like a pecan pie, but it's made with pinto beans.
Is it sweet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It's like I used to take, so,
I've never heard of that.
yeah,
ever.
so, my husband's grandmother actually made it, and she thought it was like the funniest thing. And she's like, "Hey, try this pie." She brought it to like a family event. I want to say Thanksgiving actually. And so everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's good. And Granny made a pecan pie, right?" And then she's like, "It's a mystery pie." And then we're like, "Oh, mystery pie. What has she done?" And so then come to find out, it was made with pinto beans, and it was so good. You can't taste the pinto beans.
I wouldn't even say it was made with pinto beans. I was like, here's some pie.
Yeah,
it's a secret family recipe.
That's what she did to start with. And so when she told everybody it was made with pintos, everybody was like, what? You know? And so then I picked that up from her, and then I was taking it to other family events.
I'm going to have to look that up.
It is so good. Again, not bariatric friendly. It's made with lots of sugar. Maybe we could tweak it though.
Yeah, with sugar substitute.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We'll try it and see. Yes. But that was fun. Have you ever had like a dessert fail like that?
Yes. It is. Yeah, I've had fails. I've had a lot of fails, but you know what? That's how you learn.
Yeah, it is how you learn, for sure. I know that I will never ever attempt another pecan pie. It's not for me. Okay, so I'm going to make pumpkin fluff, right? I like it. So the recipe for this was not bariatric friendly, but again, tweaking the recipe. So now pumpkin, and this is my favorite brand, pumpkin. And this is not pumpkin pie filling. It is 100% pure pumpkin. Make sure of that. So this does have some sugar. So looking at the label, it has, I want to say 5 grams of sugar. What's your serving size? You're going to eat like a spoonful of this. Right. So you're not going to get any sugar. It's probably like, if you ate a gram of all of this, then you would have 5 grams of sugar. But it's not possible to eat. That's a lot. I mean, I guess you could over a period of time, but I would say you're probably not going to do that. And so also the Jell-O, right? Instant Jell-O. You're going to put a pack of that in there. I prefer Cool Whip brand. I have tried using a non-Cool Whip brand, zero sugar, before. Talk about failed. I didn't actually like the way it folded in and mixed up. I've never tried that. We're going to try this today. It's different than the other one I tried, so hopefully it works out. And then pumpkin pie spice. It says to use a teaspoon. I'm not a measurer of things. It's just not. Some things you do need to measure, but these are the kind of things that you put things. You just know. You just flavor it, right? You just do it to your taste. So we'll start mixing that, and I am the keeper of time on that casserole, which has about 1 more minute. Okay. So by the way, we are going to switch it to the roll. I can't wait to eat that. So excited. So this is so super easy. For our family functions, we make it every fall. We actually make it at Halloween, Thanksgiving. Yep. And my daughter makes it. That's how easy it is. She's not going to put a lot of effort into many things, right? 4 ingredients. Right? Yeah, it's so easy. I've actually made it without adding the pumpkin pie spice and just put some cinnamon in it. Yeah. I mean, super easy. Pumpkin pie spice is like cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg, right? That's all. Pretty much. Yes. I think that's what it is. Because and it has ginger. Ginger, yes. Yeah. Okay. So, sometimes I just throw some cinnamon in it if I don't have the pumpkin pie spice, because, it's not that important, really. It's just about the flavor. And it's going to taste good either way. So, with this, you just dump it in. So easy. So super easy. Nothing big to it. And then I just mix it all up. Mix, right? Why don't you tell me about one of your fails? One of my fails? Yeah. Let's see. I can't think of a recent one. I mean, I've been cooking for a long time. Yeah. I'll be 60 in 9 days. The thing about fails, though, is like as you grow, if you're not a cooker and you want to start cooking more, as you grow in your cooking, you learn how to alternate fails into great things, right?
Right.
So a lot of times you can. This is going to be loud.
Oh, I will talk about something I did just a couple weeks ago. It was a recipe I got out of a guy from TikTok, and he makes it seem so easy. It's like 30 seconds and he's done, right?
Yeah.
This thing took me all day. It was horrible. That's all I have to say.
I like a little extra flavor.
Yeah.
So
that was my
know.
most
This isn't really
recent fail.
What was it?
It was a baked potato, and it had which of course that's not very bariatric friendly, but the other ingredients in it were chicken and broccoli and cheese and sour cream and onion soup mix. And so you put that in the potato. It took me all day to get everything together.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and he just did it like magic.
Yeah,
right?
in 30 seconds his dish was
Video
done.
magic.
Yeah, so it was not good.
Video magic.
Yeah, even my son did not like it.
Really? You know what I did recently that I know we're like not supposed to do, but I did it because every once in a while it's okay to do things outside of the norm. You just have to be careful. I made a barbecue barbecue potato. So like pulled pork potato.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
So, sometimes if you're feeding other people in your family,
yeah, it was
like
for my family.
They could eat the potato. You could eat the, protein part or the vegetable part. So
yeah,
that's how, when my son was living here at home, I would do things like that because I knew he would like it. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It smells good. So let's fold it in.
Okay.
Right? Listen.
Fold it in.
Let's see how this goes. It doesn't seem as thick. That was the problem I had with the other one I used.
You mean
the Cool Whip? It's not seeming as thick as like the Cool Whip brand.
Oh.
Well, and make sure you get the 0 sugar.
It looks thick.
Right. It doesn't seem as thick, but it's also super thawed out. You do want to make sure it's thawed out. It's hard to fold in frozen Cool Whip, but
yeah, that would be
let's fold all this in here and see what happens because this stuff is so good.
It smells good.
It is.
I
love
pumpkin.
If you're serving it to the crowd, right, you can serve it with like graham crackers, vanilla wafers. You can
like a dip.
Yeah.
And they could dip.
Yep.
Oh, so you could do like put that in a bowl and put the other stuff around it like a charcuterie.
You could. Yeah.
Okay. So it's implied you would use graham crackers or whatever.
Yeah, but as somebody who doesn't really need to eat the graham crackers, just eat it like a mousse. It's kind of like a mousse, right?
You can serve it probably, yes. Okay.
Yep.
So right behind you. Hold on.
Ooh, I feel the heat. The heat is on. This is folding in. I am loving it. I'm so super excited about having this. Actually, I'm more super excited about having that turkey broccoli casserole.
Yes, we have our finished product here.
Ooh.
This is what it should look like.
Yep.
Yeah. So
looks good.
I like to brown it a lot on top because I like.
Did you tell them that you did that, or was I talking?
No, we put it on broil for 5 minutes after you have cooked it for 15 minutes at 375.
Oh, y'all, look at this. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm almost there. Almost there. And protein fluff is kind of like the same thing, right? So with protein fluff, you pretty much do the same thing, except for you'll mix your protein shake with the pudding, and so that's what makes it the protein, and then you fold it in with the Cool Whip.
Right.
So that's really good too.
Yeah, you can make all kinds of different.
This is so good.
Flavors.
I smell it. I smell all this food.
I haven't eaten anything yet today.
I did. I actually had egg bites from Starbucks for breakfast.
I had coffee.
Yep.
Espresso.
I eat every 3 hours, right? So small meals every couple hours. You're not supposed to go all day without eating, Sarita.
It's almost 3 o'clock. I have not
Get her,
eaten
y'all.
today.
Get her, y'all.
I was waiting on this.
Well, we were a little behind, so it's okay. We got this. Okay, I'm going to stop mixing and wipe my fingers off.
And we are going to let this cool off for a minute, and then we are going to taste it, right?
Yeah.
We have our tasting spoon
Ooh.
right here, but we're going to put it on
Here.
saucer.
Hook me up.
All right. Well, y'all hook me up first.
Okay.
Okay. Here. Wait.
Oh, we could have just traded.
Oh, here.
Go for it. Oh, yeah. Look. That's probably too much, actually.
That's probably like 2 bites.
Spoonful.
Okay.
Spoonful, not a plateful. Remember?
Let me try this.
Yay.
No. Okay. Don't do this.
Well, it is all 0 sugar, but
I'll just do a little taste.
And let's be honest, we're at the 8-ounce phase, right? So we can definitely handle 8 ounces.
Let me try the pumpkin first.
Really?
So this will cool off.
I don't know. I want to try the turkey first. I'm gonna burn
That's
my
good.
mouth if I try the turkey first.
I like the pumpkin.
It is good. Let's try. So the most recent version of this that was made was by my family, so it was not the 0 sugar.
Oh, that would be a great mousse.
You cannot tell that that's healthy.
I know.
At all.
It tastes very good.
At all. It tastes so good. So good. And
it's good.
Look at this. This is delicious.
Yummy. Good.
Listen, what do you have for Thanksgiving, right? What do you take to the table?
Right.
If you are, a little ways out and you want to share with us some tips and tricks, we want to hear. We care about you.
Right.
I might not know you personally, but I do care about you. Both of us are super passionate about helping people on this journey. Sometimes we can get called mean because we are honest, right?
I have been called the food police, but
she's honest.
I'm honest.
She is honest.
I'm upfront about what you should and should not do because, I want you to have a successful journey. And I say this all the time to patients. I want you to be successful and, I want you to lose weight and get to your goal weight and maintain your weight. It's a lifestyle.
And sometimes people don't have accountability, and sometimes people will tell you, well, if you want to eat that turkey dressing, you go right ahead.
Right.
It'll be all right. You can start over tomorrow.
And I will not.
They might tell you eat a whole plate of dressing and you can do it tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you that either, and I'm going to tell you because from experience, carbs lead to wanting more carbs, and that eating carbs leads to wanting sugar because it is the same with our body. And so, anyway, share with us.
Yes.
What you want, because we do care about you. That is the whole reason we're here. It's why we do what we do.
Right.
We do care about you, and we want to help you. We want to share maybe what you have with other people.
Right.
We want to learn something new, right?
Right.
We're both always wanting something new to try. And so reach out. Drop us a comment. Send us an email.
Send us a link to a recipe.
Yeah, drop a link in here in the recipe. Yeah. I mean, in the comments here. But listen, I think we passed this taste test. This is good. I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all that we'll put these ingredients down here because this is great. And then, listen, the biggest thing is if you do mess up,
start over.
Forgive yourself and move on. I just said I'm not going to tell you to eat a whole plate of dressing and then move on. I'm not going to tell you that's okay. But if it happens, then just start over.
Right.
It may make it harder for you to start over, right? But just start over. At the end of the day,
it's doable. It
is doable, and the most important thing is to enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, enjoy your time, learn to have a healthy relationship with foods so that you can enjoy them too. Now my stomach's gurgling because I'm hungry.
I hiccuped. I only had one bite because I'm hungry.
Yeah. So, but we do want to hear from you. So drop us a comment, like I said, send an email, and listen. On behalf of our MBC family, right? All of us at MBC, Sarita and I, backwards from that, Sarita and I, and all of us at MBC, we do want to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time with your family and eat lots of good food. Or not lots, but try some.
As much as you should.
Right. So
try yummy things if you're in the place where you can. Right? Yes. Yeah, so bye, friends.
Bye.
If you have any questions or want to share your bariatric weight loss journey, you can call or text us at 480-999-4826 or send an email to podcast@mexicobariatriccenter.com. You can also follow Mexico Bariatric Center on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Keep in mind, these are the opinions of the host. The views represented do not reflect or define the values of Mexico Bariatric Center. This podcast is sponsored by Emerge Bariatrics and Mexico Bariatric Center. Please visit mexicobariatriccenter.com for more information.